I know it's controversial, but hi, my little candy corns. I love them. Welcome to another episode of Whatcha Packin. Joining me today from LA, it is Selena Estidi.
Selena Estidi.
Yes, hi.
Hi, Michelle.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm okay. I'm very nervous.
Why are you nervous?
Because you're what keeps me up at night. Like, I can't sleep. I'm serious, I can't sleep at night.
What is it?
Because I just go through like everything that happened, you know? And there's a lot of girls that get harsh critiques, but I just didn't know I was gonna get them in the way that I got them.
Did you think your critiques were harsh?
What it was I always got critiques at the bottom.
Yeah.
So I never got a chance to like I felt like, I don't know, lift it up first.
Well, I remember telling you when I loved your looks.
I guess it's just so intense being there.
Yeah.
And being in the bottom, having to go lip sync for your life. Like, you know, as a diva and a competitive bitch, like I never think I'm gonna be the one at the bottom, you know? I worked so hard to get here. And I think like once I got here, I was like, I can breathe, you know? Like I worked so hard in LA as an LA girl. And I'm very emotional, I'm so sorry.
Baby, don't ever apologize for emotions. You're allowed to be emotional. It is very hard, especially being an LA girl. You know, a lot of our queens have gotten on. I'm sure there's a lot of chatter, there's a lot of talk and maybe not being so nice, and I understand that. But you earned your right to be there.
Yes, which feels so good.
Yeah, and you should celebrate that, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Listen, I have one job and one job only, and I love all of you kids, and I love every part about you. But sadly, my job is to, okay, I'm gonna tell you what's good and I'm gonna tell you what's not good. It's never, you suck at drag, you should quit. But that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. I've been there. I've been in those competition shows where it's like, that was really bad. And I know what's coming, you know what I mean? I've been sent home for things that I thought I did really well on, but I didn't.
Yeah.
So my goal when I judge you is to always tell you what would be the best for you. Because when you leave the show, you're on your own. You don't have a little Michelle or Ross or Carson walking around telling you. And I thought, Selena, you grew exponentially throughout that competition. Cool. Did you feel that way?
It took me a minute to get there. But once I got there, I did see the growth, I feel, as far as myself, like losing my confidence and finding it back again. Like I'm a very like open book and I'm very vulnerable.
You love and you care about what you do. And that's what it is. If you didn't care, baby, you wouldn't be emotional. I know that your character is Chola House Down. I live for that. I feel like I am an honorary.
I remember when I walked out for signature drag and you went, Chola.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank you.
That's, to me, Cholas, who people who know, and I say that word with love, you know, is a culture and a subculture that are very powerful and have always been really powerful fashion icons to me. Even growing up, not being on the East Coast, not understanding West Coast Chola lifestyle and fashion, I knew that I wanted to look like that. I wanted my eyebrows to look like that. I wanted my flips and my hair to look like that. This thing, yeah, I always wanted to do that.
There.
And I love that you own it and do it. I just wanted to fit a little bit better.
Understandable.
Yes.
1000%.
That's all.
Fashion was never really like my thing, right? So going into Drag Race, I was like, this is the moment to try.
Yeah.
And I tried and overshot the mark many times. And I think that was my big lesson, was like hone in on my ideas a little more and like finesse them.
Well, you have
ideas.
style.
Because of my best friend, Miss Mondo. She's my stylist. And like without her, I was wearing just leotards and bodysuits, you know?
I live for that entry look. I think it's so representative of the way you do drag, of West Coast culture. Is this Mondo as well?
So this one was made by Troy Ford in Los Angeles, and I was just giving West Coast Cholita. And I painted these shoes to look like Cortez's, and it says little nips on the back because that's what I call my fans. They're the little nips. I'm the titties, little nips. My stuff is all in the details, and that's why I feel too I got lost on the main runway. Was like a lot of stuff was very small, and then you guys would be like, oh, work. So I learned that too. Like on the runway, like it's more it's like bigger and theatrical. Like you can't catch a lot of those small details.
Right. And then of course your Night of 1,000 Beyonces.
That's her.
And who made her?
This was Kenneth Barlas. He was on Project Runway and he made suits for Ru in the past too.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and the Grammy Awards are RuPaul Pet. So I was like, how can I twist this and make it me? And I thought doing that can also get me some brownie points with Ru.
This gown looked beautiful on you.
You guys said too, like, this is the most beautiful you looked in the entire competition.
Selena!
I was like, oh, for Beyonce? Yes.
The fit was there all around. And then this one was...
My Ripper to Shreds.
Yes.
Which you guys weren't like crazy about, but the story behind this one was it's dedicated to my mom.
Right.
She got cancer during COVID. And, you know, when someone gets cancer, like, their perception of life kind of changes.
Sure does.
And she really did. She was like, I gotta take life by the balls. And seeing this in her, I was like, asked her, I was like, wait, how did you even like get to America? Because she's from Honduras. And she told me the story of like what it took to get there. And so when I saw the prompt was Ripper to Shreds, I was like, this reminds me of my mom. Like, I need to do this for her. And every Latin woman who like, you know, came from there to have a better life. So it was hard to like, get ripped to shreds.
Again, we don't personalize it the way you're personalizing.
I know, exactly. I didn't feel like I could share that story too on the runway because I was in the bottom. I realized at one point I was like, oh, I should be sharing myself with you guys because you don't see my confessionals. You don't see the workroom.
Right.
All you see is the runway. And like, every time I'm in front of you guys, I'm in the bottom. So I just was like, I never got to really like connect with you guys in the way that I wish I could.
Dare I ask how mom is?
She's good. She actually just finished chemo like right when I got off the show. So she's good.
Oh,
yeah.
I'd love to hear that. Let's talk about the comedy challenge. Right. You were proud of yourself for stealing.
Yeah. I felt like I had to.
Right.
I had to snatch that away from Marsha because if had I been by myself, it could have gone great.
Right.
But nothing was going great for me, I felt, because I didn't win any money, Michelle. I won no money. I came to win money. I'm a broke girl.
Damn it!
I'm a broke girl in LA. LA's expensive and I didn't win no money. So
Baby,
like,
you'll be booked and blessed for a long time. Okay,
that's the vision, that's the goal.
Yes.
That's the manifestation.
That's it.
And so like, I knew I had to take Mistress in order to like collab with someone who was a quote unquote front runner. Like I had to do that in order to survive that challenge. And you know, just like life, you have to put the mask on yourself before you put it on the baby.
I was just gonna say, and you shouldn't feel bad, babe. This is a competition.
Yeah.
Play the game.
Period.
And you did. And then it went down to Marsha and Anitra, and
Anitra did the free willy dive over her. Girl.
it's a moment that
History.
we will all remember.
History.
Yeah, that one's going up there.
In the books.
So Wig Loose.
Wig Loose was so good.
Oh my God, so good. The Rusicals, yeah. But we did the who should go home and why question.
Yeah.
And right out the box, Lucy LaDuca came for you. She didn't come for you. I'm being funny.
No, she said my name,
Yeah.
which I get because I was in the bottom 3 times prior.
Right.
So it makes sense why you would say my name. But I know Lucy and I know the conversations we had in the workroom and that wasn't adding up. So personally, I felt like, excuse me, that's weird.
So how did you handle that?
Well, I asked her, I was like, there's other girls here you hate. You were just crying on my shoulder beforehand about how much they're making you crazy. But you said my name.
So that one stung.
Yeah, I was just like, okay. And I felt bad because I had to like reel in on her a little bit.
Yes.
On stage in front of you guys. Because, baby, I'm trying to stay as long as I can. I'm a girl from the hood. Like, I'm not gonna go down without a fight.
Yep.
So I was
Amen.
like, and she was wearing a green bodysuit. So I was like, hey, Michelle, hello.
I can't do anything at that point, Selena.
No, but I was like, girl, help Pachola out, you know? It is what it is. Cards fell how they fell. And like, we lip synced to Make a Deal with God. That one song. What's it called? Running Up That Hill.
Make a Deal
which
with
was
God.
crazy because I had those
Running
giant
Up That
gloves.
Hill.
Do you remember those
that's
giant gloves?
right.
So I just felt ridiculous.
Yeah.
And like, you know what? I went out with a bang. And to be honest, the fit on my last couple dresses weren't good anyway. So I was like,
you were so
girl, it's fine. Like, they don't need to see those. You don't need to see my finale gown. You don't need to see that other gown. Like, it's cool.
In all this sadness, did you have fun?
Yes, stepping out of it. Emotions aside, like feeling bamboozled and crazy aside, I'm like, work, I got really far. Looking back on it, and Ru told me this in the workroom too, he's like, you need to stop your mind chatter and look at yourself from outside. Like, you're here, girl. And I'm like, I am here. And I feel that now after the fact.
You are so fun and so beautiful inside and out. And I loved going on this journey with you. I'm sorry it hurt the tummy sometimes, but it was all for the greater good. And I can't wait to see you at the finale. And in 5 years, I can't wait to see the way you're gonna grow.
Yeah.
Because I know you will. Because I know how much you love this craft. And it loves you. You're awesome.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Selena, and thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time on Whatcha Packin. People don't like candy corn. I love
I don't mind it at all. Yeah, I think.
By the way,
it's good.
anything with sugar, I like.
Gotcha.
Michelle, whenever you're ready,
Okay.
we're set.
Oh, hey, everybody, it's Michelle Visage. Do you want Emmy-nominated gay? Well, then subscribe to RuPaul's Drag Race on YouTube.